Hello guys, welcome back to another video. So I'm Charlotte, and in today's video we're going to be going through the Animal Crossing's companion guide, the official companion guide. I finally got it in my hands, so we're going to take a bit of a look in this video. As always, if you've enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe. But let's get into the video. Ta-da! It's here, guys. So this is, look at it, it's pretty chunky, it's pretty heavy. So I'm in the UK, for those of you who aren't sure, and in the UK the companion guide was due to come out on the release of the game, and it got pushed back a little bit. And the suppliers like Amazon and stuff were showing stock and they're not showing stock. But anyway, so eventually I managed to pick it up and it got delivered on Saturday. So a couple of days ago I've had a chance to have a look through it now. First impressions is it's really good. You can see it looks really nice. Really nice artwork on the front. Dead chunky, loads of information on it. And yeah, it's really it feels like really nice. It feels really solid. And just by picking it up, you kind of feel like you've got value for money, which is always a good start. There's nothing worth spending a lot of money and it comes and it's about this big. So yeah, it's pretty. I'm pretty happy with it. So I'm not gonna obviously go through all of the pages. It's got 400 and odd pages in total. So I'm not gonna go through all the pages. I'm just gonna go through a few of the key kind of things that I really liked about the book. A few pages that I thought you guys might be interested in seeing. But yeah, it's really good. It comes with two little bookmarks as well. They look like this. And then on the flip side, they've got like a little kind of useful information. I don't know if you guys can see that. So the seasons and like a little legend for the book and things like that. So, but yeah, they're really just bookmarks. So, first thing we're going to look at, table of contents. So you can see it goes through all the different sections in the book, and it is, like, if I'm honest, it is actually quite thorough. I'm quite impressed with how many different kind of areas it touches on, how much information is in the book. So yeah, it is really good. And then moving on, this section here, it goes through all of the villages that you can have, all the islanders, and it shows you their personality types. It shows you what their houses look like, which is really interesting because obviously your first few islanders, they have a very basic house, and no matter how long you have those islanders, their house never upgrades to their proper house. So for example, Goose, who's my absolute favourite islander. I love Goose. He's like so cool. But anyway, he was one of my first, he was the first islander when I started the game. And even though now I'm kind of on my last house upgrade, he is very much still in his basic house. I do gift him furniture and sometimes he puts it out, but his house has never upgraded to what his normal house is. So it's nice to be able to see in the book all the different styles of furniture and all the houses and things like that he would normally have. And also, if you guys are looking for a specific theme or a specific kind of an islander with a specific mood or whatever, then this is a good way to kind of have a look at what's available or what type of animals or whatever it is that you're looking for your island, and kind of maybe pinpoint some of the animals you'd like to try and find on the Mystery Island tours, or just have a flip through and see who's got the coolest house. There is some definitely some really cool ones. Like Julian's house is like crazy. It's got like all the stuff from Celeste, which is really cool. So yeah, it's worth having kind of a flip through and have a look at that. And then next up that we're going to look at is the page that shows all the DIYs. Now, this I found really useful because I thought it was totally random, the DIYs in the game. I thought it was just going to be just pick a look of the draw kind of thing what you get. But it turns out that certain, as you can see on the picture, certain DIYs will have requirements. So it'll say that you need to have already had unlocked 50 DIYs before you've got the chance of finding that one. And again, some DIYs are given out by certain personality types. So if you've got a jock the jock gives out the kettlebell, for example. Like, you wouldn't get a kettlebell DIY from like a cranky villager because that's not in their set. You'd have to get it from a jock. So if you guys are really kind of keen on one sort of personality type and you're filling your island with that personality type, it's going to then restrict you on what DIYs they give out. Now obviously there's other ways to get DIYs, but that is something that I didn't realise. Like, I'm pretty easy going with my kind of islanders. I'm not bothered so much who I get. I like to have a good mix of personality types. So yeah, I'm not really too bothered in that sense, but yeah, that was a big eye-opener for me. I did not realise that that was kind of a key thing, so it was cool to read that in the guidebook. But yeah, I mean, they're like the main pages. It goes for absolutely everything. Like, there's weather patterns, there is TV schedules, there's like all the clothing in all the different colours, all the furniture in all the different colours, all variations that you want. There's a big topic on like the different seasons. The things that aren't in here, obviously the latest update where it involves leaf and red, all that sort of stuff. Bunny Day isn't in there from what I've seen as well. So you have to bear in mind that this guide is very much the bare bones of the game. Now, it's 423 pages, I think, so not bad for a bare bones kind of guide. But yeah, it doesn't obviously involve any sort of updated stuff. Even if that stuff has been in the pipeline, I'm guessing they didn't want to release it with spoilers or whatever in. They want us to kind of see it as we go along. So that is not in there. Now, do I think it's worth £25? Yeah, I'm actually pretty impressed with it, to be fair. Like I said, loads of new stuff that I've not necessarily realised. Loads of stuff on I've not really had a chance to read yet about the Happy Home Academy and how they rate it and all those sorts of bits. You know, you can really sit and get some really solid information out of this. Depending on what your focus is, like, some people might be really, really focused about Happy Home Academy, whereas I'm a bit more blasé about it because I have got the worst luck when it comes to getting, like, matching furniture sets and stuff like that. I literally have zero luck. So yeah, that's not a big focus for me right now, but at the same time I'm quite at the minute into trying to get all the hybrid coloured flowers, so that part of the guide was really interesting. And I read in there too that it's really cool if the percentage of watering goes up. So if you water it or the rain waters it, you've got like an X amount percentage of it crossbreeding. But if you have a friend come over, so not another islander, but like a friend come over and water your flowers, the percentage of chance of that producing a hybrid then goes up. And it goes up to something like 75% if you can get 5 people to water your plants. So if you can get like a little team of 6 of you and you all go around each other's islands and water each other's plants, in theory you should see that you get a lot of hybrids much quicker. So that was really interesting. Again, something that I didn't necessarily know, so I was glad that I read that in the book. Downsides. Is there any downsides? Unfortunately, there's one. From what I've seen so far. One big downside. I didn't want there to be a downside, but there is. If you have a look at the picture, so this is all the fossils that are listed. So again, you can see exactly how many parts each fossil needs, and it's a good way for you to keep track. If there's something specific that you don't have yet, you can look and see what it is, maybe trade for it online. But you can see all the prices are wrong, and I mean like significantly wrong. It's not like a couple of hundred bells. Like, I think the prices are wrong by 4. So if the price it says in the guide, if you divide that price by 4, that is the price it actually sells for at the knuckling shop for all the fossils. So for me, that was a huge oversight. I was like reading the book like, what? I do not get these prices for my fossils. Like, what is going on? Because if I did, I honestly would. I'd have paid everything off by now. But it didn't happen. I was like, what's going on? So I thought, right, I'm going to get on Twitter, I'm going to tweet Future Press, I'm going to see what's going on. And I clicked into the tweets and replies, and somebody had already beat me to it. And Future Press has basically turned around and said, yeah, sorry about that. divide it by 4. So yeah, I'm not really sure how that managed to sneak through on the official licensed companion guide, but otherwise, yeah, it's really good. Really solid, loads of information in it, and it's nice to be able to come back and refer to something. So quite often when I'm playing a game and I'm trying to do something, I think, right, what's the best way to plant those flowers, or how do I get this, or how do I do that, or what customizations options for that. Rather than scrolling through my phone on like Reddit, Facebook, things like that, trying to ask people the questions, I can just refer to this, boom, know the answer, get on with it. And yeah, I really like having something a bit chunkier, something in my hands to kind of actually read and flick through. But yeah, honestly guys, worth getting. Now look at this, I'll show you. So this is how thick it is, but look at all the sort of information. It's just the pages and the artwork and stuff is so good. It's absolutely full of stuff. Now I don't want to show you too much. Obviously I've shown you a few pages, I've talked you through a few sections. If there's anything kind of burning knowledge that you need to know, drop it in the comments and I will do my best to answer it. But yeah, 100% recommend getting it if you can get hold of it. I know it's not out in America, and I don't think it's out in Australia just yet. I think it comes out at the end of the month, so 3 days time for America. I'm not sure about elsewhere, but in the UK, yeah, we've finally got it. Starting to come through the postage system. Obviously, everything's a bit delayed at the minute, but we're doing good. Let me know, guys. Have you got it? Have you pre-ordered it? Are you gonna get it now? You've seen a bit of info on it. Like, what are you gonna do? Or do you just think it's not worth it because there's gonna be too many updates? Do you know what I think actually on that? If you could pay for like a ebook type thing, and it like you've got all the updates as it went along, that would be sick. But yeah, otherwise, let me know in the comments, are you going to get, or have you already got the book? See you next video, guys.